All right. Well, we're talking about work, and I'm sure everybody's, I've had a bad boss, bad coworkers. Can't climb the ladder. Having a coworker that does half as much work and gets twice as much pay. And sometimes people, they wish that they could just have a place to, go get that frustration out, vent about it. Oh man, I hate my boss. I wish there was something I could do about it. I wish there was a community somewhere on some platform that was anti-work, and that is, you know, that I could get all that anger out. Well, there was, and past tense because it's been completely destroyed by someone going nuclear. Um, so there was a situation on a popular subreddit, and many of you guys, if you go on Reddit, you probably, I take these stupid things off. If you guys go on Reddit, you probably know about this subreddit. It's called Antiwork. And as much as a lot of the stuff on there to me is laid on a little too thick, it's a little too like rah rah, like pitchforks and communism. Like when I say
Mhm.
that, I mean burn it all down. Like that doesn't
Just
drive with
really
me. But
intense. Yeah.
exactly, intense, right? But there's a lot of stuff on there that I'm like, yeah, man, I get it. My boss has been a dick before too. Like, yeah, like hell yeah, like he's yelling at you to come in on a Sunday, and you told him it's your one day off. Yeah, definitely quit over the phone, stick it to the man, right? Like, well, there's lots of stuff like that as well. So it's like I had a love-hate relationship when I browsed it, right? But generally, though, I felt like a lot of this was kind of I got the vibe, I got the notion that it wasn't grown adults. It was a lot of I don't want to work because I don't think it's fair that I have to pay for my bills, and
Well, dude, let me hop in
well,
because there was one thing that I noticed distinctly about this one. And if you guys know me, or if you guys have watched any of my other content, like I'm actually all about like the FIRE movement and about other aspects of not working for someone else, entrepreneurship, right? I'm super, super for that. So when I was reading uh, about this, because I was not part of this community, right? So I had to do my research on them. There was a lot of stuff that I was reading where I was like, man, this is actually like really like it has a lot of similarities to other aspects of things that I follow, which is like investing, dividend investing, and the FIRE movement, which is financial independence, retire early. But it's like the left leaning version of that, right? And there's definitely, not that there's anything wrong with that, but like there's definitely a bit of like victim mentality in it. And what's funny is there's 1.7 million followers on this one, and then there's 175,000 followers in the FIRE movement. And the FIRE movement is essentially the same thing. It's a whole bunch of people that are going, we don't like work. We would like to not do this. But one of these groups takes 100 million% responsibility, goes, how can I not work anymore? And the other group is a little bit like, oh, I don't want to, man.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I don't want to speak for the whole community because there's 1.7 million of them, right? So they all come from different areas, and I bet a lot of them are FIRE, followers and stuff like that. But there's definitely a big sector of these people where I was like, I don't know about that. Like I was reading
yeah.
some of their posts, and I was like, you kind of sound like, you sound a bit like victim mentality here.
Yeah, absolutely. Like there's one thing to, hate work because you work. This happened to me last year. Work 14 hours on your birthday. I was the manager at the store I was working at. Not get a thank you, get a told that's your expectation. No, hey man, thanks for covering my ass today. Take tomorrow off, and it's like it was kind of just like and it's like good, do it again tomorrow. So like I definitely resonate with people that are coming from a place of like just because you have to work doesn't mean you should have to work in a place that's consistently just shitty for you and your mental health. That being said, alluding to what Riley just did, I apologize if my voice is a little raspy. I'm fighting off Rona 19 right now. So but building on what Riley just said, like there's like a big element of this that gets missed, right? So it's like over here is like I don't want to work, and over here is like I want financial independence. And so many people, like, they just stand over here and they just look off the pier over at this little boat, this little yacht in the ocean of some dude who's financially independent. And they're like, damn, how did that guy get there? Like, it must have been his dad. And then they turn around and walk back off the pier, right? As opposed to maybe, like, okay, well, like, we talked about this on our first episode, which I'm not sure if we posted, but, it's the little decisions you make that lead to you being able to have that life where you don't have to work, to have that financial independence. And it also depends on the quality of your employment, right? And that's another thing, right? Like part of that is taking responsibility for yourself. I personally was managing a grocery store, realized, hey, not a big future in that for me. I'm going to go back to school, right? It's hard. I incur a debt, but I mean, debt is leverage. So use that and take it where you basically have to make a decision that's going to allow you to, build your own little dinghy to get to that yacht. Or, you can just mod a subreddit and watch it all go up in flames when you go and have a Fox News interview, right? There's
Yeah,
always
and
that
something
alternative.